This was Nick Markakis just this very morning when he was asked about the punishments that players have not received and the way that the commissioner in Major League Baseball has handled this whole situation.
To see something like that, it's damaging to baseball. It's anger. I feel like every single guy over there needs a beating. It's wrong. They're messing with people's careers. I know we're all competitive and we're out there competing, but there's right ways to do it and wrong ways to do it. And I 100% disagree with the way they did it.
Everyone over there deserves a beating. That's what he said. Now, here's the political stuff. Here's the political stuff that Markakis is referring to. Because I guess the Astros didn't technically inform the players what you're doing is wrong, there could be some grievance filed by the players' union on behalf of the players. And the players' union agreed to say, okay, for immunity, they can tell you everything. So the question is, I've got 2 points on this. One that can be taken as smarmy, and another point maybe controversial. So I'll say to the players.
I'm here for them.
I'll say to the players this. If the commissioner now comes back and says, you know what, I hear you. And I know I told these guys they'd have immunity, but in the name of baseball, in the name of what the fans are calling for, and in the name of what you, the players, are saying about your colleagues, I'm banning these guys for a year. That would hurt the Astros in 2009 and 2020, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? The players that were not named, they must know what their role in the trash can scheme was. Would they now tell their union, don't sue now. Just back off. Otherwise, we're going to throw fastballs at these guys' heads. Would the players do that? Because they sure sound pretty pissed off about it. Jobs were lost. There were players that, got lit up by the Astros that never. Mike Bolsinger is a perfect example. One of the relievers who got lit up in 2017 and then never got another job.
Got immediately sent down.
And then, of course, playoff teams that didn't make it and they don't get the playoff revenue, and maybe the popcorn salesman doesn't get an extra few cents and loses the job. I'm reading all these articles about how the cascade effect of the cheating had affected so many people. So that's my one question. It may sound smarmy, but are you willing to just back off and let your union say back off? And then the commissioner would get all the slings and arrows of saying, you gave your word. What's your word? Not your bond? Well,
if the commissioner did that, though, he would save a lot of face for himself because he is taking a beating right now. Deservedly so.
So that's one thing. And here's the second thing. Ready for this controversy? And this may be a controversial response here, but I don't think they should take the championship away from the Astros. As much as I hate the cheating, and I think the cheating stinks, but the cheating had nothing to do with playing defense and had nothing to do with Justin Verlander coming in and winning the damn championship in many ways for the team. Let's not forget, before we knew the extent of the cheating and how terrible it was, the narrative is they wouldn't have won it without Justin Verlander. And they were supposedly cheating their heads off, banging trash cans for months before Verlander showed up at the stroke of midnight at the trade deadline. And me as a diehard Yankee fan watched them get basically one run, a handful of hits against the Yankees in a game in which A.J. Hinch pushed the right button to keep Verlander in the distance in a playoff game. And the number of times that they're banging on trash cans and letting the hitter know that an off-speed pitch is coming, and the pitcher throws it 58 feet and nobody's offering it that pitch anyway, even if they know it's coming. Again, we don't know what we don't know. We just assume the worst. And I totally understand the players in Major League Baseball feeling that they have been robbed, feeling that they were cheated. You were cheated. And you may have been robbed of a victory or two. In the case of the Yankees, they didn't win a single game in Houston that playoffs. But if all it is stealing a sign, using technology, and then communicating it in some way in real time using a trash can or whatever method they might have come up with to make sure that the message got to the hitter over the crazy towel-waving din of the crowd. Deafening. I don't know how you hear a trash can over that. Maybe a whistle. There was however it was. But if somebody, a Yankee or a Dodger or whomever, hits a screaming liner that somebody grabs and catches, isn't that something that is part of winning a championship? We don't know what we don't know. We just assume the worst because Jim Crane is totally screwing up the apology. And because the commissioner calls his own trophy a piece of metal, and it just gets worse and worse and worse, where we as fans and they as players feel we've gotten screwed, and we don't know. So unless the players' union says, go ahead, the immunity is gone. Sorry, Astros players, I know you're part of the union too, but the majority of the union wants their pound of flesh, and we prefer you not to take a baseball upside your head this fall or this spring or this summer. Because this ain't going away. If the Astros win 100 games, it'll still be a story. If the Astros win 80 games, what if Altuve comes out of the gate and hits 200 in April, right? What the hell are we going to be talking about? This is not going away.
Not even close, man.
And at some point, Beltran's going to sit down in front of ESPN and Cora, because the Red Sox stuff is going to be coming out with that report. These stories are all going to be told. And some Astros player, whether it's now or in 2021 or 2022, is going to have some sort of moment of consciousness. Or their conscience is weighing on them. I got to tell you, man, it did happen in Game 6. This did happen in Game 5. I'll tell you what, man.
We've all seen the videos.
That home run, that so-and-so hit,
them.
that so-and-so hit, I was the one who hit the trash can. I was the one who whistled. I can't handle it anymore. I got to do this. I just had a kid. I didn't have a kid then, but my life's changed as yours is going to this week, Chris, not to freak you out.
Thanks, bud.
More than you already are.
Appreciate it.
Seriously. This is going to happen. Not going away.
Not going away.
The whole idea that let's play ball and it'll go away.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.